Hello, friends and travelers, and welcome back to the Long Rest podcast. We have been recording for like half an hour, but we once again ran into a problem with OBS where the encoding was overloaded, whatever the fuck that means. You know, I'm really glad I spent like over $1,000 on this PC to not be able to record simple video of us four talking for half an hour. Really.
I'm fairly certain if you say Armored Core 3 times, Todd Howard comes and disables your PC.
Just comes and blows up your PC.
Well, you know, this isn't the biggest PC ever or anything like that, but I mean, it's fairly powerful, and the fact that
I can see Joe on your PC.
I'm just AI. I'm just in his PC. I'm not real. Help!
Somebody.
That's the AI call.
So the fest bit of news that we're going to bring up today, because we definitely haven't brought this up before.
First bit of news. Only bit of news that's come up today.
Yeah. Sony State of Play. Did you guys watch it? Joe, you're a PlayStation man. Sean, you're a PlayStation man.
Yeah, it was pretty disappointing.
Yeah, a lot of people were seriously disappointed. There was nothing about God of War, nothing about Metal Gear Solid, no Last of Us 2 DLC, nothing from FromSoft.
No Elden Ring.
No Elden Ring. Instead, we got some like Kung Fu game and Oddworld, I'm pretty sure.
Oddworld's cool, but let's be honest, it's not the big release we're all waiting for, is it?
No, it's not a system seller, is it?
I think the biggest one that we're trying to push is that Returnal. Have you guys seen much about that?
No.
So basically, it's a third-person shooter, but every time it's got randomly generated elements. Every time you die, the map changes slightly, and so does the enemy placement.
So it's a roguelite.
What's the definition of a roguelike?
Just like you want.
Roguelike is when you die, everything resets. Roguelite is you make very light progress, and every time that you die, you get a little bit better.
Yeah.
I'm try and look up what it says.
It sounds a lot like a roguelite.
Yeah.
But yeah, while you look that up, so there was also big rumors of a Bloodborne remaster that might also be coming to the PC. These rumors were from like last year, and in an interview that happened this month, PlayStation CEO Jim Ryan expressed interest in bringing more PS4 exclusives to PC. You know, we already saw this with Horizon Zero Dawn, Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah.
The Last of Us 2 was also rumored to be coming to PC. Days Gone is coming to PC.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of recently. Yeah, that's coming to PC. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, do you remember when there was that? We talked a little bit about gatekeeping in a previous episode. Do you remember there was that petition? There was a petition that went up to get Bloodborne to come to PC, and there was a counter petition to get it to remain on PlayStation.
Ridiculous.
How fucking pathetic!
Let people share. Like, come on.
Yeah, how fucking pathetic! That's just like, that just reminds me of like There's an episode of The Simpsons where like people are like paying money to like see monkeys fight, and they've got like knives and shit. And I saw a meme before, and it was like PlayStation and Xbox, like these two little monkeys that like try to stab each other, and everyone around them are all PC gamers, they're all chucking money on the floor.
Yeah, like I've never seen what you benefit from other people enjoying what you enjoy. No, like what you don't benefit. Like, why would you want to keep that to yourself? Surely you'd be so much happier, like sharing what you love.
Yeah,
like I know that sounds so like hippie, like share the love, but like come on.
No, I'd love to have more people to talk to, like the games I love about. Like that, like I'm really glad that you know, Disco Elysium is going to PS5 and PS4, because eventually when I play it, me, Joe, and Sean can all talk about it.
Yeah, definitely. Because like to like a shred of an extent, I can sort of understand like, if you were there before it was cool, then you're just like, yeah, that was my thing. I was there at the start.
Mm-hmm.
But then like you just kind of got to get over that and be like, cool, this was my special little thing, but I am not the only special little snowflake that exists in the world. Sort your life out.
Yeah. Ghost Recon Breakpoint is apparently still getting content, according to Ubisoft. Do you guys remember how colossally that game failed?
Yes, you were excited for it as well, man.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I'm a really huge Tom Clancy's fan, and I really liked Wildlands, and I really liked the look of Breakpoint. I thought it was because I really like Wildlands, but I don't really like the setting, just because it's sort of like Southern American conflicts don't. I mean, it sounds really weird to say, but they don't interest me in the in a very compelling way.
What's the new Far Cry game doesn't interest you either.
None of the Far Cry games past 3 have interested me really, Sean. I mean, I'll play
but it has the Breaking Bad man in it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'll play it. Like, Far Cry 5 probably interested me the most.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, apart from 3, obviously, 4 didn't do anything for me. Neon Dawn didn't do anything for me. Primal didn't do anything for me. I'm sure there was another Far Cry game I'm missing. Could be wrong.
You got him, like.
Yachty.
Got Far Cry Primal.
I've never played that one.
It's strange.
Far Cry, please give us money edition.
Yeah, like I forget that game even exists because it's like
It's like a Rust mod, isn't it?
Yeah, like who thought that was a good idea? I mean, I'm sure there are people that like it. Fair enough.
They went to a lot of effort, They made up languages for the characters in that game and stuff. Like they got experts in to just create brand new languages just for the game.
Yeah, this is the really strange thing about Ubisoft games. Like whatever you say about Ubisoft games and the caliber of like what they put out, they try very fucking hard. They are exceptionally talented developers, and the stuff that they put out is all very good. But it's like it's only adequate to a lot of people, like the Assassin's Creed games, there's so much to do in them, and the content, the games are all so beautiful and like well acted. There's not really that many things wrong with them technically speaking, but yet they're just so like average.
Yeah.
It's so
they're almost
it's so weird. Like they are very high quality average games.
Yeah, that's an interesting way of putting it. They just epitomise like the open world issue where there's loads to do, but there's no depth to any of it.
No, but they've been trying to mitigate that, I'd say, quite recently. Valhalla has quite a lot to do, and it's all pretty meaningful.
I haven't played any of the Assassin's Creeds past Black Flag, actually, so I'm still like 7 years in the past.
Honestly, same. I didn't play... No, I played Unity. That came afterwards. Unity was good, but Unity was sort of like I'd say Unity was like the last like classic Assassin's Creed experience.
The thing is, I've read a lot of people online saying that actually they think Unity is like one of the best Assassin's Creed games, but it was plagued by such issues at launch that everyone just wrote it off.
Yeah, no, but,
and that's why Ubisoft went in this new direction.
Yeah, it is.
Because Origins was the next one, wasn't it? The one set in Egypt.
No,
that was like the
Syndicate. Syndicate was the next one set in London.
What?
Yeah,
I completely forgot about that one.
You forgot about it. I forgot about it. I only just reminded myself of it when I was thinking about what came after Black Flag, because I honestly thought that it was like Black Flag and then Origins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I mean. Like average, forgettable games that are actually of a really high Like I'm sure Syndicate's a good game. I'm sure if I played it, I'd have a decent time. You know what I mean? But like
£5 on the PS4 as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Unity came out for free for like a good while.
It did when the Notre Dame was on fire. Does anyone remember that?
Yeah. That just seems like
they find it like a really useful resource.
No. Here's the thing. They released it for free, and I think they gave it to like certain people because they like scale for scale completely remade Notre Dame in the game based off how it looks in real life. And when they went to rebuild it, they were like, right, here's a like replica model in our game. Use this as the basis for redesigning it, which is really cool.
I wonder if they gave them like debug tools, or did they expect them to get the 40-minute long like tutorial?
Yes.
I just thought that was awesome.
It's like a 60-year-old man, like a priest. He's just like, I don't know what I'm doing.
I think it's like the first time that I've seen such like positive reception for something like a video game for real life application in like the news and mainstream.
Yeah.
Like that. Like I wasn't really expecting to like see on the BBC News app just like Assassin's Creed helping architects.
That is cool.
It was really cool.
There's some like architect and he just wants to have a look at this like one little nook and cranny on the corner, and he keeps on like trying to climb up to it, but he keeps falling down and he gets really frustrated. He's like, "Oh fuck this!"
But I do appreciate going back to what you said about how like Ubisoft try really hard. The fact that it was like pretty much a perfect scale replica model Like that
Yeah,
just goes
like,
to show
they-
how much they do try
Yeah,
really
like,
hard
like-
and a lot of effort.
You know, like at the beginning of Assassin's Creed games, it's always they always give the disclaimer that like, oh, this game is made by a team of like people with like multicultural beliefs.
Multicultural,
Yeah, and like even like the original, like the first Assassin's Creed game, like it was like, you know, it wasn't exactly like the most historically accurate game ever, but historically accurate enough to the point where, you know, like you don't see anything that's in Assassin's Creed 1 where it's like out of the realms of, you know, believability, besides obviously the Apple of Eden and shit like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, they didn't leave a Starbucks cup lying around or anything like that.
yeah. I mean,
How did the
what, like, how did
you
the
go first?
what, like, how did the research the
No, I was just going to ask, how do the new games? I don't know if anyone's played them. How does that fit into like the whole storyline? Because it seems to have been abandoned.
The story
Didn't,
now
like-
is that the Animus is just like it's a company, and people can, like, they're paying people to access their ancestors' memories so they can create video games out of them.
Yeah,
So it continues on from 4.
Yeah, that's the story of Black Flag, isn't it? Because in Black Flag
Yeah.
you work at Abstergo, but like it's a game.
And it's
development
like a
company.
games. Yeah, it's really like
Yeah, it was-
meta
it
and
was
weird.
It was so freaky, isn't it? I
Yeah.
remember because if you go like when you're in the lobby, because you go to the lobby several times throughout the story of like the modern day campaign, and you look up and like it's like the fucking Taj Mahal, it's like the tallest fucking building in the world, and you go to like the fucking you go to like the 13th floor or something like that, and it's like, what the fuck is on the rest of those floors?
Yeah. It's set in like Montreal or something, isn't it?
Yeah. It's really meta like that.
I actually think the story now is meant to be like, you're like in the Animus and you're like one of these people that's meant to be going through your memories, and then like this like rebel group contact you and they're like, oh, we've seen like you're in the Animus, and they tell you like Abstergo is actually only looking for shards of like the Apple of Eden, and like it's flagged up on their systems that your ancestor like came across the Apple of Eden at some point, and then
Right.
they like message you being like, you can either like just continue going along and let them get it, or you can work with us, and you decide to
Okay.
work with them.
I'm pretty sure the
But-
story of Valhalla isn't like that, because the story of
I
Valhalla.
don't know what the name of Valhalla is, but that was the story for Odyssey.
I'm pretty sure from what I've seen of Valhalla is like a classic, like you know, you're a member of the like, oh yeah, no, because you work with Lucy and Sean. Sorry, not Sean.
Oh.
You work with Rebecca and Sean, the same characters
Yeah.
in the original, and it is another case of
Yeah.
like, you have an ancestor and we're gonna access you're gonna access his memories.
See, for the longest time, I never like knew about like that chunk of the story for any of the Assassin's Creed games.
Which one did you
just-
start with, Izzy?
I haven't played them.
Oh, really?
I'm just like
In the early
vaguely
game,
aware
it's a
of
massive
them.
part of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
no,
really
I always
fucking blew my
assumed that it
mind.
was just like, hey, dude, you're an assassin over here this time. I never realized that there was actually something in the title.
Yeah.
Um,
So when I
The
found out, I
story
was
from
like,
the third
oh,
game.
that makes sense.
I would fully recommend playing the Fest 3.
God, do you
Yeah, no,
remember
it's
the
something
story?
I would be into, to be honest.
But you'd like be in the lab and you'd see all the weird shit on the walls and you'd be like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah.
And then at
Yeah.
the end, oh my god, it absolutely blew my mind.
Yeah, there's all that shit about Subject 16 from like all
Yeah.
the Fest 3 games.
She's like, where the hell am I? As well.
Oh, there was also Revelations.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Brotherhood and
that's right.
Revelations.
But the thing about Revelations is the modern day story for that game takes place entirely also in the Animus, because it's sort of like
Yeah,
Desmond's
Desmond's
in-
stuck in the Animus.
yeah, he's in like a coma or something like that, and like all of the
He interacts with the memories of Subject 16, doesn't he?
yeah.
Also in the Animus.
Yeah, it's really crazy. Yeah, it's a really good storyline if you can wrap your head around it.
Is Revelations the one where Ezio finds Altair?
Yes.
Yeah, he goes to I forgot the name of the place. It's
He's in Constantinople, which was at the time Istanbul.
yeah.
Oh no,
It's-
wait, it was
Istanbul,
Constantinople.
Istanbul.
Yeah.
Constantinople,
Has anybody-
Istanbul.
Has anybody played the Assassin's Creed game that was set like in the Antarctic?
Which one's that?
Oh, I can't remember what it's called, but it was like you're an Irish like settler or something. You go to the Antarctic, and like it's a proper big part of the story because like there's a bit in it where you go to like Istanbul or something, and this massive earthquake that happened in real life. It's like it's meant to be that the Apple of Eden caused it, and like you're there
Really?
with apples, and
I have no
like
clue.
you're running away from this massive like earthquake that's happening.
That's pretty cool.
It-
It's like,
it-
isn't
and
Are you thinking
it's
about
set-
Rogue?
I don't know. It might maybe, but like it's set just after like Black Flag, and it's got like all the sailing shit in it.
Yeah, it must be Rogue, surely.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I'm pretty sure. Rogue play. In fact, Rogue takes place during the same time as 3.
Does it?
Assassin's Creed.
It's got the like ship mechanics and stuff in it from Black Flag.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, 3 had ship mechanics as well. Black Flag just
expanded on them, didn't it?
Yeah, it's Rogue.
I'd say, Joe,
never played that one.
Joe, me and you've talked about this. Your favorite Assassin's Creed, Black Flag, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, by far.
I'd say mine's 3.
Mine's either 2 or Black Flag. To be fair, maybe 2.
2 is the most beloved one, isn't it?
It is. It's just so good compared to the first game. Like, it is such an upgrade.
Yeah. I mean, back then it was so strange because back then, like, sequels really were improvements, like massive improvements.
Yeah. Well, the thing I always think is like Call of Duty 4, like Modern Warfare, to Modern Warfare 2. Like, Modern Warfare 2 is an improvement. It takes everything that was good in Modern Warfare 1 and just makes it even better. The maps are better. There's more guns. The story's better. Like, it in my opinion, is almost a perfect sequel.
Yeah, you've also got Halo 2, Halo 3.
Yeah.
You've got Dead Rising 1 to Dead Rising 2. Left 4 Dead 1 to Left 4 Dead 2. You seem like you're about to contest the point there.
No. Well, it's just, is Dead Rising 2 considered that much better than the first one?
Yeah, the AI actually functions.
Does it?
Yes. Right, okay, boys, take it from me. Dead Rising 1 is one of my favourite games of all time, and I've also played a lot of Dead Rising 2. I personally prefer Dead Rising 1 because the story is just so much better, but the actual gameplay of Dead Rising 2 was fucking fantastic. You had co-op mode, you had the crafting system, the times for the events and stuff like that were a lot easier to manage. Like the way that guns worked, the way that guns worked was a lot better.
Still shit.
I mean, like, yeah, but it's a Japanese game. Like, there are certain Japanese conventions around like shooting games that just have to always be put in. Like this, it's like the Resident Evil thing, isn't it? It's like they never quite get shooting games right. It seems like.
Right. Sorry, but like you were talking about Dead Rising there, and it just brought back like horrid memories of like just you'd be like, "Come on, follow me! Come on, follow me!" And then you get outside, it's like, "Didin." Oh yeah, and you're like, oh shit, and there's that car, and you're like dragging 3 people with you. And there's one woman on your back, and she's like, my baby, and you're like, come on, follow me, follow me.
Have you seen my video that I did on it?
No, and then you're like, and then it's like, and it's like Otis.
Oh, hold on, right. So I'm gonna plug myself a little bit here, but let me set up a new scene. I'm gonna watch my video.
Ooh.
Because I did a video on Dead Rising.
Before we watch it, can I just say, you mentioned Left 4 Dead. What's the crack with this new Back 4 Blood? Have you guys heard of that?
Yes, it's a sequel.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Same team?
Yeah, Techland Studios.
Yeah.
No, is it?
Yeah,
it's coming out on PS5. I was like, sign me up. If it's a sequel for Left 4 Dead, that's so cool.
Techland Studios doing it, right, boys?
That's cool though. I'm happy for that.
Get yourselves on the 00 timestamp.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, to check that.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. I hate this. Every time you get survivors in this game, it's always just an absolute rigmarole of getting them up this fucking. Just.
You've got a different background
there. I lived in Leeds. Please. Yep, started already. Frank! Wait, why is Aaron in there? Why is he over there? Alright, come on, go.
As somebody who has never played Dead Rising,
It's already turning into an absolute shit show.
I don't know what to think.
Dead Rising, like, it's so comical, but then it has some like fucking horrible like bits in it. Like, you'd be like, oh, this is such a fun game, and then all of a sudden somebody gets surrounded by zombies and like very graphically commits suicide.
Yeah.
Knee highs. I like his socks.
What do you mean not in a million years? Just fucking
Fashion
Are
icon.
you kidding me?
It is comical. Like, you can dress up as like a lass. You can fight with like a banana and stuff.
Yeah, you know, it's so weird because like like the story of the game is really dark and it's actually
Yeah.
really compelling and gripping. But like just the content of the like
It's really hard as well.
It's ludonarrative dissonance, isn't it? It's like the actions that you commit in the game are so far separated from like the story.
Somewhere, please. Can you just go?
Don't kill Heather.
Both of you.
You have to give like NPCs in this game like a punch or two to get them going.
Yeah, like look at them, they're just stood there.
Are you joking me?
A little nudge with your chainsaw.
Joking.
Help her along.
They-
Oh.
No! Man, that's so...
He was the only survivor that died during my entire playthrough. I managed to get every single survivor back to the safe house, but him.
You're not fucking close enough still. Just go over here. Turn the corner.
Like, if another survivor died, like here, I'd just like restart my save.
Barbara, just fucking just swing at them. Really, Wayne? Really? We have to make this real quick.
I like that they've all like got their names as well, so you can have like your personal attachment to Wayne.
Really?
I fucking hate Wayne so much. Look at this. Please look at this.
No, what are you doing?
Hold on. No, wait, this is it. It's right after this, I'm
No,
pretty
like,
sure.
there's no way. Isn't this game great? Why are they all moving? Like, yeah.
Right here.
Oh, Janet, what are you doing? Why is she...
This is my favorite bit of the whole video.
No! Oh, for being in the way.
Come on. You have to keep them in a group. That's the main important thing. You have to keep... no, I didn't. I did. Oh shit, Janet's nearly dead. No, Janet's dead.
I
Janet's
fucking...
dead.
Like, despite all of this, I still love this game so much.
Okay. Like, are you kidding me?
Her bones shouldn't do that. She looks like she's made from rubber.
Fuck me. Oh, what
Yeah, the
an
other survivor
absolute
shot her and
ordeal.
put her down to such low
Okay,
HP that she just instantly died to a zombie.
You gonna come along or not? Right, can you just get out the door? Get out the door. Come on. Ladies first. Out the door. Hello? How are you getting
The survivors are like the best in this game are the ones with the guns where you walk and they're like, kill it! And you stood there getting shot for like 50
Oh,
minutes.
that's not right.
Well, yeah, like I was saying, like the survivors in Dead Rising 2 actually function properly. Like they actually are like really good. Like almost to the point where they're OP. But yeah, no, Dead Rising. I really like Dead Rising 1. God, what were we talking about? We were talking about how games from that generation did really good upgrades.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was about like sequels.
Yeah,
being,
good sequels.
yeah.
You guys think of any more?
Every Animal Crossing game in the whole franchise.
Well, he's on fire. Since you like segues so much, Connor. Speaking of zombie games and sequels, Dying Light 2.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Turns out CD Projekt Red isn't the only Polish company under some fire this year. Techland, apparently the management has been pretty terrible. They've been using slurs in the workplace, and a lot of people have been saying from inside the company that they've been bleeding talent because of it.
I feel like recently so many more people are coming out about like shitty bosses and workplace scenarios, and I don't think that it's happening more like the scenarios. I just think that people are getting more comfortable with reporting it because it's happening like so much now, or at least that's how it seems. Like Toei, the animation studio that produced like Precure and stuff, they were like
Dragon Ball, yeah.
Yeah, they were seriously transphobic about like one of their team members, and I think they ended up like firing them because they like asked to have like different pronouns, and like you never heard of that shit happening like about 5 years ago. So I think it's good that people are talking about it, but awful that now we're seeing what's happening to them and there's still like not enough justice being had.
Yeah.
Which is just really is that.
Connor, you can bleep it out if you need to, but apparently what happened in the Techland workplace is like one of the things that was said is they'd made like a model or something for a character and they sent it up, and then it got sent back with feedback saying that it was too faggoty. To make them look, like to make them look like less faggoty.
You know what? That reminds me of, Sean. That reminds me of like all the times I send you like a face claim of what I want for my character in D&D, and you send it back to me you're like, "Nah, you look too twinky." Sean's idea for a good D&D character is just someone who's like a manly man.
6'5".
And you're just not a manly man, I guess.
If I don't make my character look like Ryan Gosling, Sean wants none of it.
Yeah, all your bloody characters are like K-pop bands.
I occasionally use like, well, like if like a male character looks slightly effeminate, then you have a problem with it. It seems like, and obviously not like, obviously not in general, but when it comes to my D&D characters, you're like,
I like just having like hyper feminine. Like I literally had a magical girl homebrew character once, and that was very nice.
Well, in yet more video game news, video game movie news, I should say.
Ooh.
Halo is finally getting its TV series. There's been a few pretty successful Halo adaptations already, including a cartoon series and a movie. But the live-action TV show is going to be revolving around Master Chief, and that hasn't been done yet. I'm pretty excited for it. I feel like Halo is definitely very good source material for a TV show. Speaking of video game-related TV shows, I've just segued into the same topic that I'm still talking about, but Henry Cavill's out as Superman. Guy who plays Geralt in The Witcher. Yeah, Warner Brothers want to recast him, and Michael B. Jordan's apparently rumored as the primary pick.
Really?
Yep.
It's interesting.
Was there any like other reason besides we're just not feeling it anymore? Because that's really bizarre.
I don't know. Warner Brothers are just retarded. They're just retarded.
Yeah, no, they really are with casting decisions.
I'm not much of a Superman fan, but I really did like Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, and I
feel like it just worked.
Yeah, I don't see anybody else as Superman other than Henry Cavill. It's really strange.
Like he's a really good actor as well.
Yeah.
And like I'm just trying to think, like obviously he's not done anything controversial. There's no reason that they'd like have to recast him.
Yeah.
It's just a really bizarre decision.
Oh well, he hasn't done anything controversial, has he? Is he? Well, okay. Well, this is
I'm aware of.
I promise you, I am not making this up, and I am not doing this on purpose. But
is he just like, oh no?
So I have a bit of a follow up to the Gino Carano story that we definitely did not talk about last week.
Okay.
So people were giving Henry Cavill shit on Twitter because in 2013 he and Gina Carano dated, and people on Twitter, right? I'll read a couple tweets out. I saved these down. Just found out Henry Cavill and Gina Carano dated. My day's ruined. I'll be daydreaming about Henry Cavill and his thangin' thangly thing, and then I'll remember that he dated Gina Carano.
His what? Sorry.
His dick.
His thingly thing.
Yeah. His thangin' thangly. That's it.
Who cares? Who cares that you did it?
Yeah, literally, who cares?
Grow up.
And
sort
also,
your life out if that's what you care about.
There was a casting announcement for Supergirl, and somebody tweeted about how a bunch of different like previous Superman actors all went on Twitter to like post congratulations to her. But someone was like, "Oh, Henry Cavill's been notably silent." First off, the man doesn't have Twitter.
Oh yeah, he does he?
Second of all, why should he care?
No.
Yeah, like it'd be nice if he did, but it's not like he has to.
Yeah, it's not like a God-given right that he has to do it. Like
my man's got other shit going on in his life.
He's a busy guy. He's working on
also,
The Witcher season 2.
How do they know that he didn't congratulate the people who needed it? Like, you know, in person, through text.
Henry Cavill's
like,
such
through
a
other means.
he's such a humble guy. He stated before that he doesn't see himself as a celebrity. He is very much like Keanu Reeves, I'd say.
Yeah,
he's
aware of his status, but kind of like chilled about it.
Yeah,
like,
he's a very buff Keanu Reeves.
Mm.
I feel like if he ever made as much money as Keanu Reeves did out of the Matrix, he'd probably give it away too.
No, I can't believe people's response to that. That's so stupid.
Yeah,
If people
Like,
just
why
get
do you-
offended over anything, though,
Mhm.
like they're just looking
And,
for
like,
stuff to be angry
How
about.
long ago was that? That was eight years ago. Like, cool.
Yeah.
So, like, sort it out. If maybe no, even if he dated her yesterday, like, it doesn't.
yeah. Even
Oh
if he
my
was dating her now, who cares?
Yeah,
It's not between
like
them.
his love life is none of your business.
Yeah. It's
Even if he makes it public, he's a celebrity. I feel like it's very hard to keep that kind of thing like out of the limelight.
yeah. Well, I mean, like, to be fair, when he did date Gina Carano, it was all like pretty secretive. Like, they didn't really like make anything public about. Like, they were spotted together on like red carpets and stuff.
Yeah, but 8 years ago, I think like he hadn't been in as much, and also like tabloids and
No.
stuff have changed.
Yeah, neither of them were like
Mm.
anywhere near as big as they are now.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a bit of a different situation in 2013.
Yeah, for sure. Also, here's some interesting news for you. So, Henry Cavill also posted a picture on Instagram, where he's holding up a document, and the document had text on it that was so poorly blurred that fans were very quickly able to make out the words Geth, Cerberus, and Talizora, which, if you don't know, are all named from the Mass Effect franchise.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So it's very like the idea of a Mass Effect TV show has been put on the cards for a lot of people, but also just the idea that maybe, because obviously there's a new BioWare announced that there was going to be another Mass Effect game that was like a direct sequel to Mass Effect 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know how Andromeda's going to play into it. But
Actually, while we're speaking of BioWare, we should probably bring up Anthem again.
yeah. But I'll just finish the point. Either there's going to be a Mass Effect TV series, which is, I mean, honestly, with all the fucking video game TV shows that are coming out recently,
Not unlikely.
yeah, it is quite likely. But there's also just the chance that he's applying for a voice acting role in the upcoming Mass Effect game, which is more likely, I'd say.
Oh, that would be cool though. They'd have to
That'd be
pay a
great.
lot of money for a guy like him, though. I'm thinking.
Not if he like went to them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Henry Cavill's a big gamer. I'm sure he'd have loved to have done it.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know.
I'm really
We'll see.
I'm really surprised he didn't have some sort of cameo role in Cyberpunk.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if the Game of Thrones actors, so if HBO can throw in fucking Ed Sheeran at the Game of Thrones, I'm sure Henry Cavill
Yeah.
would be a decent pick for a character in
That-
Cyberpunk.
They're hacks.
Yeah, that
though.
would have been
There's a
nice.
difference.
You are.
Mm.
They're hacks. There's a difference.
It would have been a nice nod, but yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the voice actor for Geralt didn't even have a cameo in Cyberpunk, so
Yeah. Well, the also, do you remember? It was a few weeks ago. We were talking about Remedy Entertainment, and Sean, you were talking about the interconnected worlds between like Alan Wake and Quantum
Yeah.
Break and Control.
yeah, they're all connected.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I said something along the lines of how someone from Remedy was like, yeah, we don't like making our worlds connected. I was thinking about CDPR. CDPR came out because people were like, oh, will there be some sort of Siri cameo? Because I don't know if you guys remember in The Witcher 3,
Yeah.
there's a part where Siri says something about how she went to a world where there were flying horses, like, oh, sorry, no, there were like flying mounts, and people would kill each other through telescopes, and it was obviously like a, alluding to the Cyberpunk game. But so people were like, oh, is there going to be like some sort of like Siri cameo or some sort of like Witcher Easter eggs? And the CEOs of, oh well, I don't know if it was the CEO, but some like head at CDPR was like, yeah, no, we really don't want to do that because we don't like the idea of mixing our worlds. We're not Ridley Scott, we don't like retroactively just like mashing two worlds together, especially not worlds as different as The Witcher and Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like that would almost break immersion, just because it would be like, oh, that's the thing from The Witcher,
Yeah.
and then you'd be like completely out of it. Like, obviously, I've not actually played The Witcher or Cyberpunk, but I just feel like they are so vastly
But-
different.
Both are great games. I definitely recommend playing either of them.
it would just kind of like snap you out of it a bit, and then you just be like thinking, "Oh, hey, that's pretty cool that they did that, haha." And then you gotta like get yourself back into it. I don't think it'd be worth it just for a little, nice.
So, Joe, as you rightly said, we should discuss Anthem.
Yeah.
So, everyone, I'd like a moment of silence. Just put your hands together and join me in prayer, please. Okay, that's enough. Rest in peace, Anthem. There's no overhaul coming.
Dead.
Yep.
She's gone. She did.
Yep. All of the well, a big majority of the members of the remaining, like whatever's left of the Anthem community, were protesting against the EA on like Reddit and Twitter and stuff like that, trying to, I mean, I don't exactly know what they were saying actually, because the game isn't gonna die. Like the services,
they're keeping it going as it is in its current state.
yeah.
Like that will be kept going, but there's just
no
Anthem next, no big overhaul, nothing like that.
Yeah, no 2.0.
No.
It's not getting the same treatment as No Man's Sky or anything like that, which a lot of people are very upset about. Quite a few. I think really what people were trying to protest was that Anthem had a lot of potential, and they're upset that that potential isn't going to get realized, which I can see.
Yeah.
But trying to convince EA of all companies that a game that isn't making money should be like, you know, should have more money pumped into it is just like such a zero-sum game.
Yeah, like you've already lost.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah.
But the good news is, as I mentioned earlier, that BioWare, we were just talking about them, now has more resources to spend on Dragon Age 4 Dreadwolf.
Yay!
However, it also comes with the downside. Is this reminds me of that Ross Scott joke where it's like, oh, that's good, no, that's bad. Dragon Age 4 was going to have multiplayer of some kind, some variety. We spoke a little bit about like what that might look like. Don't really know if you want to rehash it, Sean, but I mean, like personally, I feel like Dragon Age 4 multiplayer would be pretty cool. If they put more effort into it than Inquisition. I feel like they have like BioWare aren't really like, they're not a very they've never really tried multiplayer games before. I feel like I don't know if any of you guys can point out any like old co-op multiplayer games that BioWare have put out.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but I feel like the experience that they've gotten from developing Anthem would be pretty invaluable in coming up with some sort of multiplayer game for a multiplayer component for Dragon Age 4. But obviously, with the fact that Anthem flopped so hard, they don't really want to risk doing anything like that. So anything that's live servicey, they've taken out, which is a good decision, but also, you know, they could either be dodging a bullet or they could be shooting themselves in the foot.
I don't think BioWare's made any RPGs that are like multiplayer, like to the RPG extent that you're thinking. But they did make Tor, like the MMO, Knights of the Old Republic, and they did do Neverwinter Nights. No,
BioWare did Neverwinter. Yeah, actually, oh yeah, that's true. I mean, to be fair though, BioWare did Neverwinter Nights, and the campaign sucks.
They did Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 as well.
Did BioWare do that? No, I'm pretty sure that was... No, not Beamdog did the remasters. Wait, did BioWare really do Baldur's Gate 1?
You learn something new.
No, it was Black Isle Studios.
Did they publish it? Oh no! They made Baldur's Gate Tales of the Sword Coast.
Yeah.
Which is like a DLC or something.
Yeah, Black Isle Studios was the guys who made Baldur's Gate, and they were succeeded by Obsidian Entertainment, which is another thing that we're going to talk about because Vampire the Masquerade 2. God, as if this topic couldn't hurt me enough, we have to talk about it twice in one day.
Reliving the trauma.
Yeah, well, that's been delayed to be
indefinitely.
Well, I mean, it's been given to a new developer. So it's going to be past 2020. We're not getting it this year, which I'm really upset about. Anyone who knows me knows just how much I really wanted to play VTMB 2. I wanted to play it more than Cyberpunk. It's been given to a new developer, so it will come eventually.
It could be a very long time.
Yeah, it could be a very long time, and it could also be shit.
And like the way I see Vampire the Masquerade 2, right? The only there's you can't really win because it's like they'll either create a game that's exactly like the first one, and people will be like, "Oh, that's like the first one," but then so it'll also be like, "Well, why did we need another one?" Or it's going to be like, "That's nothing like the first one. Why is it so shit?" You're never going to make something that's so amazing that it beats the first one.
Well, I don't know, because we were talking a little bit about earlier about how sequels on previous generation were better. Like, I feel like VTMB is such an old game to the point where any modern refinement would be a benefit.
Yeah, but I mean, like, look at the systems in that old game, and then when you look at the demos and stuff, what they've shown, it looks like those systems are almost exactly the same, if not like a little bit like more usable.
Yeah, I
and like,
think
that,
I'm totally
no, but that's
fine
what
with
I mean. That's what I mean when I say like you're either going to make something that was exactly the same as the first one, and it's going to be like, well, the systems are old, and there's a reason that we stopped making games like that. Like, it'll work, but it'll be like the first one. And I think people want something that has the same magic as the first one. And if you just do something that they've already played, then it's like, well, I guess the graphics are better.
It's definitely not going to have the same Source Engine charm. But at the same time, I also feel like, again, it's a game where obviously the systems are all going to be the same, but I feel like the systems are all going to be the same because it's a tabletop RPG and there's only so far that you can. Actually, no, that's false. Actually, the systems will be different because World of Darkness 5e came out, and they'll be following 5th edition rules for World of Darkness.
I feel like it's going to play a bit like the Sunken City or something, where it's like it's a weird mix of RPG and action elements.
Well, I mean, that was VTMB 1 anyways.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, but just in the more modern. Like, I feel like it'll kind of be like a worse Deus Ex, because Deus Ex like had a company behind it that wanted to make it and had a thought in mind when making the games. But like Vampire the Masquerade, it doesn't have anything more to say. It's just a company being like, we'll make another one, and they're just giving it to new companies to try and make a good one so they can make money off of it.
Yeah, true. I mean, yeah, it's never gonna. I don't think it'll have the same magic of Troika because we spoke earlier before the recording cut out about Troika, and like Troika was made up of the people from Interplay, and I think it was made up of people from Interplay and Black Isle, both of which had actually no Interplay started Fallout, and then that broke off into Troika and Black Isle, and then both of those studios just collapsed, even though both of them made like fantastic games, and then all of them have just like rejoined once again to like in Obsidian. It's so strange. It's like the same guys have been making the same great RPGs that have just been undervalued for years.
Going back to the indefinite release date, we noted that people who pre-ordered it on Steam now have their money back, and you cannot pre-order it anymore.
Yeah,
something I thought worth mentioning again.
Mm-hmm. Because we were sort of deliberating on the idea that that's like a £60 hole that's been in people's pockets for like a long time now, and if it goes straight back to your Steam wallet, then that's £60 that you never get back, really.
We felt that the conclusion we all came to was pretty much that Steam wouldn't be that scummy, and it'll probably go back to your PayPal.
Yeah, Steam are fairly ethical when it comes to money. I'd say.
And I feel like if like all of the people who pre-ordered it said, "Hey, what the fuck? Why is it going to my wallet?" They'd be like, "Oh shit, my bad." Like, I feel like a lot of people wouldn't be happy if it just went back to their wallet, and they would complain, and Steam wouldn't just let all of those people complain and be like, "I hear nothing."
I do not see it. So you said something along the lines of the Sinking City, Sean. Joe, we've already spoke about this, but the Sinking City. Read an article on GameSpot. I'm going to reread it to you once again.
Please do.
Horror game The Sinking City was delisted from several stores, including Steam, last summer, as developer Frogwares disputed unpaid royalties, as well as publishers Big Ben and Nacon allegedly demanding it hand over the source code. The game is back on Steam now, but Frogwares says it didn't make the current version and urged players not to buy it. So anyone who buys the PS4 or PC version are giving money straight to the publisher and not the developer. The two apparently separate entities who both have this ownership of the same game. And the developers are the ones that are putting out the PS5 version of the game, which means that if you buy
money's going to them.
Yeah, if you buy it, the money's going to them. However, what this does also mean is that you are no longer eligible for a free upgrade to the PS5 4K 60 FPS version if you own the PS4, so the PS4 version of the game. So you will have to shell out more money to get it. It's a very strange ordeal, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird. I don't really understand what's going on, to be honest.
No.
It just sounds so scummy on their behalf. Like
On whose behalf? The developer or the publisher?
the publisher.
Well, I
'Cause,
mean,
like,
if the developers haven't paid royalties, then
Mm.
that's also on them. But
I guess. But it's so frustrating as a consumer for the whole like PS5 upgrade thing because, I mean, not many games have come out for the PS5 yet, but all of
No.
the PS4 ones, like, you can just get an automatic free upgrade, which is great for people who can't buy a PS5 just yet, but know that they will want to play that game because it's so freaking hard to get hold of still.
yeah,
I'm trying to get one for Mike, and I'm like following all of the PS5 stock like update things on Twitter, and just like waiting around hoping that I can grab one for him. But it's never gonna happen. So it's pretty good for people who want to play it, play the new games, but are not gonna have that new console yet. And then when they get the console, they could just go beep, and then bam, beautiful upgrade.
yeah.
So that kind of sucks on that part.
You know what this actually kind of reminds me of? This whole like free PS4, PS5 upgrade ordeal.
Mm.
Do you remember when the Xbox One came out and the PS4, and game companies were like, it was a similar situation where wasn't really that many launch titles. You had like the Order 1866 and you had like Rise Son of Rome, like okay launch titles, nothing really too like fantastic. And then you just had like a slew of like games from the previous generation just being re-released, like a Battlefield 4, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I'm sure there are more that I just can't think of right now. I mean, the Grand Theft Auto 5 came like a couple of years later, but like, you know what I mean? Like, just like it just seems like we're beating it. Like back then, it was like, oh, he's a beaten dead horse, is he? Oh, we went like, how much money is enough for you? You're just re-releasing the same garbage over and over again. But nowadays, it's like, oh my god, please give us the free PS5 upgrade, Master Sony. Oh, please.
Yeah.
I beg of you, please give unto thee the 120 FPS upgrade. It's like, have we just been like beaten down so much as consumers that we now just accept this?
I guess so.
I mean, it is free, but it's not because you have to buy a £500 console to get it.
Yeah, but like it just means that you can buy the cheaper version of the game because like PS4 game and then the PS5 game, there's like £15 to £20 difference when it comes like the new ones.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure it was like 50 quid on PS4, 65 or 60 on PS5. So like if you don't care about how the case looks, just buy the PS4 game, put it in your PS5, be none the wiser. Surely.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Yeah, I think what another thing about this whole topic is, I think they really can't get away with not making it free either. Because if you think about like the technical jump from the Xbox 360 to the Xbox One, that was fucking big.
Yeah, like that was a leap.
Yeah, it was a massive leap, but the Xbox One, the Xbox Series X, it's like technically like in terms of raw hardware, sure, but like other than Cyberpunk, try and name me one game that doesn't run adequately on the PS4/Xbox One.
There is also the step in the middle of the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X.
That's true. Yeah.
Which was a big performance upgrade in itself.
Yeah. Like I can't think of any. I suppose Red Dead kind of dipped into the 20s sometimes, but Red Dead's
I mean,
also
you
like...
needed 2 discs for Red Dead, remember?
Yeah, true, yeah.
And your play disc. Wow.
That's nothing I'm not used to though. I mean, God, Diablo 2 was like a 3 CD game or something.
Yeah, like that's
Wow,
not
on the
gonna put
Xbox
anyone
360
off.
was.
You're Joe.
LA Noire on the 360 was like 3 discs.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. Blue Dragon on the 360, that's 3 discs.
Yeah.
I only know because I have to like put all of them in the box when I sell it. I feel like I had a profound point to make.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 5 was also 2 discs.
Yes, true.
Sorry, is he going? Yeah.
No, it was just that at least maybe the PS5 won't sound like it's gonna fucking take off like a helicopter when you play a game on it. Like even the PS4 Pro is so loud.
Yeah.
Is it?
Like,
I
at
never
work,
had-
people have tried to refund like the standard PS4 because the fans are loud, and we've had to say like, no, we can't give you your money back because that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we give you another PS4 console, you will have the same problem, trust me. And people get so mad about it, but like the PS4 is just not that good.
I tell you something interesting though. One of the last games that came out for the PS4 was Ghost of Tsushima, and
Mhm.
Sean, I know you've played this as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how, but that game is so well optimized. Like it looks
Yeah.
pretty good, but
Stunning.
the load times are like that on the PS4, and it makes no noise.
Yeah.
I don't know how Sucker Punch managed that. Like I was blown
It was
away. I was like,
impressive. You know,
because
because
it was on the PS4. It didn't have an SSD. I don't know. It was impressive though. That it was a good send off for the console.
Yeah,
Mm.
definitely.
Not Last of Us 2 though. That game sucks.
I watched Mike, my boyfriend, play Ghost of Tsushima
Yeah,
and
it's
Last of Us
really good.
2 on his PS4.
Mhm.
And for The Last of Us, his PS4 sounded like it was screaming. I thought it
Yeah.
was going to combust in front of me. But
Yeah.
Tsushima, there was just no problems. It was
Yeah.
beautiful.
I don't understand how they managed that, but
Yeah.
yeah,
It was really
really
strange,
good
actually.
game.
I'd never considered that consciously until you mentioned it. And I was like,
yeah.
oh,
Because
yeah.
I noticed it when I was playing it. Because you know, games have like tips in the loading screen. A tip would come up, and I'd be like, and then it'd go up. Oh, okay, never mind
I
then.
love loading screen tips because they're always so stupid. It's just like, did you know that if you use your sword on an enemy, it might die? Like, oh, cool, thanks.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
I really wish like the Elder Scrolls games had more like lore in the loading screens, because it never is. It's always just stuff like, you know, you can craft blacksmithing stuff by going to a blacksmith. It's like, oh, thanks Todd.
Yeah, and even in like Dark Souls, quite often it's just like, did you know that you could drink from your Estus flask? Cool.
Yeah, but Dark Souls is really like Dark Souls is really sparing when it comes to lore, isn't it? You have to
Yeah.
try
Yeah.
so hard to find anything out about that game. If you just blitz through it with your eyes closed to like the environmental storytelling, you won't have a fucking clue what goes on right at the end.
No.
You'll just be like, okay, Fram told me to go here. Now I kill Gwyn and I light a match and I put it on this fire. Hee hee.
Lit.
It's like, what did I just do? I feel like there was a point I was gonna make. I guess I think we'll just finish the point. Yeah. Like I feel like if they were to be like, yeah, by the way, you're gonna have to rebuy all the games that you want to play from last generation and this generation, like there'd be fucking riot in the streets, because like the difference in graphics between, like, performance is better, but I feel like that's all we care about anymore. Like, we've gotten to a point where the graphics are so good that we don't care about them because they're going to be good anyways. We only care about like the little number at the top right of the screen which shows frame rate, and that just seems to sell consoles now.
Yeah. A thing that I think it's very important that you can play all of your old games, because like people were so angry at Sony when like they didn't do backwards compatibility for the PS3 to the PS4, while
Yeah.
Microsoft were over there like laughing as they chucked everything onto the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Even
Like, everyone-
original Xbox games.
Yeah, no, even original Xbox, which was so cool.
Yeah.
So I think that like if Sony weren't offering these free upgrades or like backwards compatibility, then people would just be fuming, because like, what is it, PS Now, where you can like stream the old games but you have to pay for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's just rinsing money out of people. Like, you could look at your shelf of PS3 games and be like, I will now pay $6.99 a month to be able to play this again.
Yeah. When
Dumb.
Joe and Sean came around mine, me and Joe took the PS4 upstairs and we played Oblivion on PS Now, and like my internet was pretty good at that house, but it still dipped down to like 240p.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
streaming games, like you. Oh,
That's
no, don't do that.
that's how I played through Bloodborne for the first time.
Oh,
I
God,
played
no.
through Bloodborne like almost entirely in 360p.
It was so bad. You could count the pixels on the screen, and he was
Yeah,
still playing it,
it
and I
was
was just like,
ridiculous.
"Connor, come on."
Oh, why
like-
would you put yourself through
For
that?
some of the bosses, it nearly got me killed because like you I'm not exaggerating. Their movements become so fucking hard to like distinguish.
Yeah, it's just like bloop bloop
Yeah.
bloop.
It looked like a fucking NES game. It was ridiculous. Um, Speaking of Obsidian and Bethesda, we spoke about this earlier. I feel like I need to preface every topic that we bring up now about because OBS is stupid. In an attempt to possibly win over some hearts, Bethesda have decided to take part in a charity event with the Make-A-Wish Foundation where they're auctioning off the chance for one lucky rich person, to put their own character into Starfield. The current bid is over $15,000, and if you bid high enough, you not only get an Xbox Series X with 16 games developed or published by Bethesda Softworks, so that that's Doom, Dishonored 2, Rage, Fallout, and of course Skyrim. You also get to work with Todd Howard himself.
Woo!
Sean, we spoke a little bit about this. I feel like even if this wasn't for charity, people would still pay money to do this.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if I had like 15k in disposable income, God forbid, I'd probably do it. Which is a scary thought. Like, we don't know what money is until like we're spending that much money on something as trivial as like getting my face in pixels in a game that a few million people are gonna play.
Like, do you want a down payment on a house, or do you want to meet Todd Howard?
I mean, depends who you ask, really. But some people would genuinely probably say the latter.
God.
Yeah. Would you guys do it?
I mean, I personally don't care enough, so absolutely
Yeah,
not. But that's just me.
One of the biggest, I think, there was like some of the top backers for Shenmue 3. Sorry to bring this up.
You love Shenmue,
But-
don't you?
I'm leaving. Shenmue 3 didn't come out.
Let's just pretend for a minute it did come out.
Okay. Let's pretend for a minute it did come out. Yeah. Okay.
In your fantasy.
Well,
I'll humor you for a minute, Joe.
yeah, some of the top backers for Shenmue 3 are like enemies in like the final zone of the game, and it's just so obvious the backers because they're just a different model from like everyone else, and you're just like, oh, it's a bit weird, and then you just bray them, and you're like, all right, that was that, and they probably paid like thousands of pounds.
Yeah, like if I'm
to be
paying like 16 grand to be a character in Starfield, I want dialogue options. You know what I mean?
You come up on the screen and you're like, "Hello, I am Connor," and then you get hit by a spaceship.
No, I do always find it crazy how like Kickstarter options for games, like how high they will go up. Like
Yeah.
I'm always happy to sort of pay like 50 quid, name in the credits, get a t-shirt kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then it goes up to like the thousands and stuff, and it's just like, it's not, I wouldn't say it's worth it, because you're gonna play it once, be like, that's me.
Did you
And
guys?
then-
Was
That's it!
Did you guys?
was
ever
it,
see the, oh God, John.
I was just gonna say, was it Gordas that had that experimental box thing where when you clicked in the middle, you got to work with the man
Pete-
himself?
Peter Molyneux. Peter fucking Molyneux, bro. God, he's my
Didn't you win
worst
that,
enemy.
Connor? Isn't that how you met him?
Someone did win it. Someone
Yeah.
did win it, and Peter Molyneux was like, "Oh yeah, we'll get back to you." He never did.
Yeah, they got like radio silence.
Yeah.
Like, they left him on scene.
Ghosted by him.
Honestly, honestly, if there's one game developer I'd love to just fucking smash in, it'd be Peter Molyneux. This is a threat, Peter Molyneux. If you're watching this, I'm coming for you. If I ever see you on the street, bro, you better fucking turn and walk away. The
For
thing-
political reasons, this is a joke.
Yes, for the sake of future employers who may stumble upon this podcast one day and while doing background checks, I am kidding, but I'm not really. What he did to Fable was unacceptable, but I definitely.
All
would-
I'm saying is, I wouldn't hurt him, but if fate were to befall him ill, then I wouldn't be upset.
Damn.
All I'm saying is I wouldn't hurt him, but I'd provoke him into trying to hurt me.
And then at that point, it's just self-defense, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Before we dip our toes into the realm of monkey news, right?
Mhm.
Right, so here's one for you. This has been happening for a while now, but I've always just like thought it was super tacky. But Fortnite continues to stomp with its franchise crossovers.
Are you talking about
Um,
Xenomorph? Is this the Xenomorph?
Well, yeah, Ripley and the Xenomorph are in it. Plus, Batman and Batgirl are also in it now. Like,
Why?
what? John Wick was in it and Thanos were in it.
Yeah, I know. So's Travis Scott, for fuck's sake. Like when will it end?
I said in our group chat that we have for Among Us that we'd probably get crewmate in Fortnite before we get Waluigi in Smash.
No, I feel like crewmate is like Among Us is like too much of a flavor of the month game. Doesn't really have as much of like a cultural impact as Halo and Ellen Ripley from Alien. You know what I mean?
It's true.
As Halo from the game Halo. Starring Mr. Halo. Sorry, go on. Yeah.
I have a little fact about Fortnite actually.
Okay. It's bad.
No, well, actually, it's more to do with the developers. Epic. They've do you know Ulster University in Ireland?
I can't say I do, but go on.
No,
They've started like the Fortnite creators have officially like endorsed all the courses, the game design courses at Ulster University, and give them like a £1 million grant, so the students there get like get to work with like the Unreal tools and stuff.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, like the Unreal tools are free, but
no, sorry, I only skim read it. I think if you read it, you probably understand it better than me. But
right.
They just invested like £1 million into the courses.
That's really cool.
Which is pretty cool, isn't it? I mean, that's quite nice of them.
I mean, God, did I tell you guys about the mocap suite we had at our university?
Which one? T's side or Beckett's?
Beckett's. T-side's really good. T-side has a really good, really minted out mocap suite. The one at Beckett was fucking tragic.
Go on.
It was just a classroom. It was an empty classroom, and we had like a whiteboard and a computer, obviously, and we had like 4 different caps. So like, if you go to a professional mocap suite, there's like 360 of these bastards in a full circle, like taking constant tracking images, and all of the data will just come out clean. Like you'll do one take, the data will come out fine. Ours was fucking atrocious. I still have my old portfolio that I was working on, where I have like some of the, I'll put it in the Discord for you. I have like a bunch of the stuff from my mocap work, and you can just see how broken the data looks as it's coming out. I don't know if I'll be able to put it in. Actually, yeah, sure, I'll fucking screen share it as well.
Your website. Let's have a look. Look at you.
Yeah, so we essentially like this is the like I had to take like video proof that because we had like a professional dancer came in. I think she was like a friend of one of the teachers or something, and we could like direct her because we had to do like we had to basically do like a few different movements, like 4 or 5 different movements, and put them in like a game engine. So we basically like directed her into we directed her, like told her what we wanted her to do, and we like recorded the movement and stuff like that. But the hardest part was actually solving the data because it all came out really just fucking buggy, and like retargeting and everything just took so much fucking work because all the bones would just flip out really randomly. And it was all because like our university was just so under budgeted that we didn't have the money to afford like proper mocap equipment.
Aww.
And like,
well, go to Ireland, Epic will invest in you.
Yeah, man. It's transfer to Ulster University, wherever that is.
Yeah, I feel like that £1 million investment is probably gonna go into something along the lines of like a mocap suite that's properly equipped.
Hang on. I'll put the link in chat, Connor, so that you can see if you can glean anything from it.
Yeah, sure. I'll take a look.
But also, like, having that link, I feel like it would be handy for like people who work at Epic to give like guest lectures and stuff. Like, I know universities don't seem to struggle with getting like industry people for guest lectures, and quite often like lecturers in house are from the industry anyway. But that's a good link to have.
Yeah.
Like, we take this out of Fortnite, but like, it's
See, I have a funny story before we continue. Speaking of lecturers, Connor had this lecturer when he was doing his bachelor's, and he was like a proper like new male. And he wrote a thesis on... No, what did he write, Connor? He wrote a thesis on the symbolism of chairs in Half-Life 2.
I love that! Man knows what he's talking about, and
this is the thing, though. This is the thing. He didn't write it. He just showed us it. Like,
Sorry, I thought you wrote it.
no, not every single. It was in like our game design classes, and what that essentially was we'd go in and he'd read us a bunch of Gamma Sutra articles written by other people, and he'd be like, if you look at this, this guy makes a lot of really good points, and you basically want to write like this, and we're like, okay, thanks. I'm glad I paid £9,000 a year for this like long-haired, greasy fucking hipster to come in and tell us like about these like Gamma Sutra articles that I can read online at home for free. Like,
So
wow.
great.
He'd always wear these like really obscure t-shirts with like really weird quotes on them, like Frankie says relax and shit like that. And he wore these like vegan leather Doc Martens. And like he
Don't
never
shit on vegan leather dogs. They're comfy as hell.
he never showered, and like he was just the most pretentious fucking douchebag I've ever met in terms of like games.
I'm like building the image in my head.
He showed us this like fucking 20-minute long video on Shenmue 1 that was by like this YouTube channel that's like really obscure. I think they have like 6K subs, which like isn't trivial, but like in the grand scheme of like obviously they have 100 times more subscribers than I do at the minute, obviously. But like in fact, I'm gonna back that up.
Gonna boost your ego a little bit. Check your sub count.
Oh no, they have 2.93K.
Okay.
So that's still pretty good. But like they did a video on Shenmue, and it's 7 minutes and 48 seconds long. And like I don't know why he showed us it, because the only thing I remember about that lesson was just thinking to myself, why the fuck am I watching this? But yeah, no. So getting back to what you were saying, Joe. I'm reading the article now, and this investment is for an LED with wall camera tracking technology, full motion body capture, facial capture, a large green screen, and virtual cameras.
Nice.
So is £1 million going to make a lot of difference, do you think, to the quality of the facilities?
£1 million is £1 million, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, but how, I don't know. I have no concept of how much stuff costs in the game development world, though.
I mean, they'll have money left over for sure. Yeah, no,
And
it's not going to be
that's
that.
a good step.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It would be great if they could get like a partnership scheme going, though. Like if you were doing well, you could do like a scholarship to Epic.
Yeah,
I feel like they
That would be
might
really cool.
like, open the door for interns with that sort of partnership.
That would be great. That would be so cool. A bit of work experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like that's beneficial for Epic as well. Like they wouldn't donate £1 million for no reason, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
I just
like,
don't know
they're
why Ulster.
for interns. Yeah, that is a weird one. Like, is there any like real link there? Do we know, or would they just like throw a dart at a map? Ah, Ulster, cool.
I have no clue. Oh, here's something that you'll find really cool, Joe. So do you remember when the first time I showed you Quixel Megascan's Rebirth video, and I was like, oh, like look at this, is this real? And you were like, yeah, that's got to be real, and it wasn't. None of it was real.
It's definitely real. Yeah.
Well, I found something out really cool about the way they made that the way they made that short film. They actually used like virtual cameras, but like they used like physical cameras to control a virtual camera, so they could have like really realistic like camera movements in the engine and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was all. You seem really unimpressed.
No.
Like, at least we're like, oh, that's pretty cool. You're like,
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, that's really good. Sorry. I'm busy trying to find if Epic have any sites in like the UK.
I don't
Yeah,
think so.
I was gonna say like it's weird that they picked Ireland because they're an American company anyway. Like,
Yeah.
Well, a lot of Irish immigrants moved to New York.
True.
I mean, I hate Fortnite, but I love Unreal. I love Epic
That's
Games.
a bit of a stretch.
What do you mean? What do you mean that's a stretch?
Fortnite.
Just mentioning Irish immigrants. That's why they'd invest.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. I thought you were talking about me hating Fortnite. I was like, I hate Fortnite. You're like, that's a stretch.
No.
Like if you just gave it a chance, man, you'd love it.
You don't hate it, Connor. You just severely dislike it. There's a fine
it's
difference.
a strong word.
Yeah. But no, Epic Games are really cool. They give so much to game developers. And with Unreal Engine 5 coming out, oh my... Bro, I'm cooming. I'm cooming in my pants looking at that Unreal Engine 5 trailer. You know what else I'm cooming at, boys?
What?
Never mind. You know what? You know what I'm not cooming at. You know what I'm not cooming at. Just realize I've got no more good news. The rest of it's bad news now.
Well, can we segue into monkey news? Because that's
Oh yeah,
good
monkey
news.
news. Let's get some
Can we
good monkey
Yeah,
news.
please,
Sean's been waiting.
please
Yeah,
have some
I didn't say it was good news. I said it was a
Oh,
monkey
why?
conspiracy.
Monkey conspiracy.
all
Okay.
monkey news is good
Okay,
news.
well let's
Right.
break it up with some monkey news.
Right. So there's a company in America called Chowco. I think that's how it's pronounced. Well, it's not in America, but it's used by stores in America to make coconut water, and it's been dropped from American shops because it's been using forced monkey labor.
What? How do you force a monkey? What? Like, describe their labor to me, please.
I would
So
love to
it's a
know.
company in Thailand, right? And apparently, when the monkeys aren't being when they're not being forced to pick coconuts, right? The animals are kept tethered, chained to old tires, or confined to cages barely larger than their
Sorry,
bodies.
this isn't funny.
That's really sad.
Right, hang on a second. How is this related to gaming?
It's not just monkey news.
Well, no.
No,
Monkey news
the
is about
last-
animals and video games. You're just talking about
Wait.
monkeys in Thailand getting enslaved, bro. What the fuck?
The last monkey news had to do with games, didn't it? Like
Yeah,
the
it was-
pig.
Yeah,
I
well-
don't
It
remember
was
what it
pigs.
Turns out animals don't play a lot of video games.
Yeah, I suppose it's not like Sean can come up with like a weekly segment about animals playing video games this week.
I'll
So
force
instead,
myself to play my Switch.
you just bring up animal cruelty and animal labour
Forced monkey
in a gaming
labor.
podcast.
Right.
Yeah, well, to be fair, last week we did talk about monkeys getting the COVID vaccine. That wasn't gaming related either, but that was interesting. A little bit of cultural
Right, you know what?
refreshment.
No, I feel like I should make an executive decision. I wanted monkey news to be about cyberpunk and about the monkey decisions that CDPR makes. I feel like I should just change it back to that retroactively because this is not gaming. I'm getting depressed about monkeys being enslaved in Thailand, bro. This isn't what I sign up for every weekend.
Which is like the worst thing ever. Coconut water is like ass, and monkeys are suffering for
Wait,
it.
so what's the conspiracy?
The monkeys are all getting. Well, just picture it, right? You're drinking coconut water, and there's a monkey somewhere picking coconuts and shit, and he's running about making your coconut water for you. If that's not a conspiracy, I don't know what it is.
Cry.
God, this is some Rise of the Planet of the Apes shit, this.
And if the monkeys try to escape, they'd have their teeth pulled out.
That's horrible.
Right, can
Where's
we
that?
Can we start talking about games again now, please?
No, it's like
Are the police doing anything about this?
It's in Thailand, bro. Of course, they're not doing anything about it.
Well, I think we should go over there next week and like be like freedom fighters and say,
No, I'll be like,
Shit,
welcome to the Long Rest Podcast Live, and like I'm running away from the police live streaming it.
shot up. I get shot and you have to leave me behind.
We can always
you-
not the monkeys
you-
take them home.
Joe died saving a monkey family.
It's a good way to go. I'd happily.
Joe's got like a baby monkey in his arms. He falls over with a bullet in his back. He's like, "Go, monkey, be free!" And the monkey just starts ripping your eyes out.
There's like a little monkey family holding its kids, and you're like, "McWembe, run! I'll hold them off."
Don't look back.
And he's like, and then you just like chuck him out the window.
God.
Brilliant.
Right.
That was the monkey news
Mo-
I
monkey
expected.
news next week.
God, please don't bring up monkey news next week.
I think we need to change.
I'm not coming on the podcast unless we get monkey news.
You get some good and you get some bad in this world, and sometimes monkeys just make you coconut water.
Can we do educating Connor?
Educating Connor, what's this?
No, because like it's just a little segment where we educate you.
All right, well, we can start right now. What have you got to educate me on, Joe?
Well, I haven't got any.
Connor, did you know, right? In Thailand.
Nintendo 30th anniversary.
I don't have anything this week, but next week I'll bring educating Connor.
Izzy, wouldn't it be really funny if you licked a Nintendo Switch cartridge?
You've
Well,
already done that
that's so
once
wacky.
today.
No,
No,
you
whoa,
know-
whoa, no,
Wouldn't
you
it be so wacky and original? Like we've never done it on the podcast
No,
before.
you know, it'd be
Wow,
really.
look, I've got a copy of Deadly Premonition here.
God, what does it smell like? Does it stink of shit, Izzy? Does the Deadly Premonition stink of shit? Because I imagine it does.
Mm,
No, it tastes
Hey.
pretty bad.
I was gonna say you'd have found it in the bin, wouldn't you? Remember that joke?
Ha, Oh my god. See, there's no natural way to like.
Lick the
No.
cartridge, lick the cartridge, lick the
No.
cartridge.
Right. Okay.
No.
Right, okay. Well, let's redo the topic, and then we'll naturally segue into it like nothing's ever been said. Okay.
So you want me to lick again?
Did you guys know that
Is he lick the cartridge?
Right, is it not? You lick the cartridge. I'll talk about the topic, and I'll just like really randomly just cut to you licking the cartridge with no context, and then continue the conversation like nothing happened.
You want me to do it now?
No, I don't. It's fine. You don't need to lick the cartridge.
Mm.
We do need to talk about Pokemon though.
I want to though.
We've talked about it already. We don't need to talk about it much. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes were announced, and there's been 122 Pokemon games. Like,
I can't pretend to be shocked again, but I want to reiterate how disgusted I am.
yeah, I want to reiterate just how fucking batshit crazy that is. 122 separate games, and like, how many developers do you think have like been involved with the Pokemon franchise? Is it
I mean,
all? Is it just one? Is it literally just Nintendo?
No, it's Game Freak.
Yeah, and they've. Yeah, but it's not just Game Freak though, is it? I think recently they've used different.
But you had all the games. Do you remember the cave ones as well?
The cave
Like
ones.
Yeah, Pokemon like
Mystery
cave
Dungeon.
mystery dungeon, yeah. And there was like 3 versions of them each.
Yeah, there was
Mm.
Pokemon. One of the most one of the most popular Pokemon games there is out of like the older games is Pokemon Snap,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. I was gonna mention that. Yeah.
and also Pokemon Stadium Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
There's the
Colosseum.
drawn one, the
Mhm.
Pokemon Art Academy on the DS.
Yeah, that was cute. I
We-
liked that.
We were saying before, Izzy, wouldn't it just be really cool if Pokemon had like if there was a Pokemon game where it was a bit like Stardew Valley / Animal Crossing, where you had like
Mm.
NPCs that you can interact and like develop a relationship with, like where the Pokemon aspect comes sort of almost like secondary to real life stuff.
Yeah, because earlier we were just saying how like they kind of fucked themselves over with how linear they made their
Yeah,
game.
it's so
It would
what
be
it's
nice to deviate from that because
Yeah.
each game is gonna be the same. It's like, oh hi mom, I'm old enough to be a trainer now. Off I pop. It's like, cool, we're gonna do this
Yeah,
all the time.
yeah.
Like it would be really nice to have like more of a lifestyle kind of based thing.
Yeah, I played one. Sean, I think I'm echoing a little bit from your mic.
I can hear myself.
Yeah,
Yeah, 1 second.
yeah. I played Pokemon Emerald on the Game Boy, and like sorry, the Game Boy Advance, and I feel like that was like all the Pokemon I could stand.
Yeah, no, I played Leaf Green on my DS, and then I also played Diamond. I actually have Diamond here.
Mhm.
Hey, got it on eBay for like 20 quid, and now it's still 20 quid 10 years later.
Yeah,
I feel like I had a point to make, but no, yeah, that is enough Pokemon for me. Like I played Sword or Shield, I can't remember which one. They look really, really cool, but once again, the gameplay is so linear. It's just kind of got to the point where it's not fun or fresh. Fun, funky, or fresh is out the window. Even though it's still appealing to children, like there will always be that new generation of children who want to play them. Like
yeah. But I mean,
it's
how many
kind of dead.
how many kids are really playing Pokemon nowadays, though?
Not
like,
many. They're
kid-
all playing Fortnite.
Yeah, they're all playing
It's all
Fortnite and Minecraft.
hipsters and Pokemon Go.
I actually reinstalled
Go to the
Pokemon Go the other
polls.
day. One of my friends was saying that she wants to. I don't really know what the multiplayer aspect of Pokemon Go is. She was like, "I'll send you potions or something." So I reinstalled it, but I didn't actually get past anything because I thought in like the 5 years it's been since I last played Pokemon Go, they'd have updated the like character customization, but they really haven't that much. And I was
Yeah.
just like, I want to have my hair not in a ponytail, but you can't do that.
Imagine imagine being one of those like boomers who are like Pokemon Go and Pokemon going to the pub, me.
Please never say
like-
that again.
Just yeah, but like
No.
just like I can't imagine myself ever being one of those like boomers who like because like like the elderly don't understand technology, and I can't ever see myself not understanding technology. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, hitting close to home after you saw me rant about helping my mum like find a photo on her
Yeah,
back
not
the
like,
other day.
helping the technologically illiterate. Fucking it annoys me so much.
Yeah, because I feel guilty, but then like to an extent, they just refuse to learn.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's a generational thing and they've not grown up with it, so it is a bit harder for them, whereas we have grown up with it. But we still had to learn. We didn't get born knowing how to navigate something.
The thing is, it's like technology nowadays is like it's designed to be as user friendly as possible.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the most user friendly thing out there. She was just like, I can't log into my Google Photos account, and I was just like,
God, my
I
nana
don't
is
understand
the
what the
worst.
problem is here.
My nana's got like fucking 5 Facebook accounts because she always forgets her password and just goes and makes another one. It's like, why don't you just click the button that says I forgot my password, Nana? Why don't you just do that? And she's like, Connor, I can't download Spotify albums on my phone. And it's like, well, it's probably because you've got like a playlist with 1,000 songs downloaded, and it might be taking up all of your storage.
My mum shouts at her Alexa because she thinks, well, she doesn't think there's a person in there, but like she doesn't realize that, like, you know, voice activation is pretty like advanced. You can just talk to it like normal, but she's like, Alexa, play Radio Cornwall. I hope mine didn't actually.
Just dox yourself. Just dox yourself.
Oh no, I live in a county.
We haven't spoke about Sony State of Play yet, have we? Not
No.
again.
No,
Not on
not
this
again.
loop.
Okay, well, this
Not
is
in
one
this
of the
timeline.
This is one of the final talking points that I have. Sony State of Play. Joe said you watched it. Very disappointed.
Yeah, well, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Well,
Good.
your sentiments are shared by many, many people apparently, because there was nothing about any of like the big PlayStation games that you might expect to see, which is a very disappointing way to start 2021, I'd say. Although we are still getting E3, so that could be like they could just be like saving the big guns for E3, but also maybe not. Like maybe this is all they have to show right now.
Yeah, they just don't have anything.
Yeah. Like, I'm kind of giving them the benefit of the doubt, that, like, because, you know, they have, like, some really talented first-party developers, but they have pretty much all of them have also, like, just recently finished working on games. Like, whatchamacallit, Last of Us 2, obviously, that came out. Ghost of Tsushima.
So long ago now.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, that came out not long ago.
Like July last year.
Yeah, I know, but a year is like that. You're still in you're still in very early development stage. Like, I doubt you really have anything to show after a year of development, especially if it's a brand new project.
Sucker Punch, you mean?
You are?
Are you on about Sucker Punch as like next game? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I mean like Sucker Punch, Naughty Dog, whoever, like a bunch of developers. So I mean, like maybe in July we might have something when we see E3. But I mean,
Yeah, because people like to release stuff around like Christmas holiday time as well, so it makes sense that there would be something to show in summer to kind of hype people up for 5 months or so.
Yeah, that's true. There's big rumors of a Bloodborne remaster that might also be coming to the PC. We spoke a little bit about the petition. We spoke about the petition about people really wanted Bloodborne to come to the PC because it's a really good game. It's pretty much the only game from the mainline series, other than Demon's Souls, that's inaccessible to PC players. And even PC players can still play Demon's Souls on a PS3 emulator, and you can have like a perfectly like fun time with it. But Bloodborne, it's like you can't play that reasonably without
so there was a petition
suffering.
to get it onto PC.
Yeah,
but then there were some gatekeepers who petitioned to not have it on PC.
Yeah. And I don't know, and then they released a statement. I think it was either Sony or FromSoft. I can't remember who, but either one of them released a statement saying, "Yeah, we don't have any plans to bring Bloodborne to the PC. Sorry." And the people who did the Bloodborne not going to the PC petition were like, "Yes, we won." And it's like, no, you haven't won.
No.
Nobody's won. Everyone's just lost. That's all.
I just think it's so pathetic. Like, obviously, I said this before. I'm just repeating myself. But, like, you're just gatekeeping someone's enjoyment.
Yeah, there are no...
you gain from stopping other people from consuming something that you like, besides your little special badge that says, I like this thing. Cool. Like, cool.
Yeah.
Everyone can like it.
There are no winners in that situation, only losers.
Yeah. It's just
But so there was rumors about that Bloodborne Remaster in 2020. In an interview that happened this month, PlayStation CEO Jim Ryan expressed interest in bringing more PS exclusives to the PC, and we already have a few. So what he's saying is credible. He does actually want to bring more PS4 games to the PC, which is good. We've got Horizon Zero Dawn, we've got Days Gone. Well, no, we're getting Days Gone. I'm pretty sure it's coming out. I don't think it's out
Yeah,
yet.
it is.
And we've got Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls, and those are obviously Quantic Dream games. They're not like they're not a first party. Oh, actually, no, are they? Yeah, they are a first party. The developer now, aren't they?
For
Sony.
Epic. No, sorry, Quantic. No.
Yeah. What, Heavy Rain,
No,
Beyond
no.
Two Souls, and Detroit Become Human are all PS4 exclusives, aren't they? Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls are.
I mean, yeah.
Not anymore, because
That was
now
previous
they're on
generation
Epic.
as well.
No, yeah, but they were.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were first party. I don't think they were. I think Sony just bought the exclusivity rights.
Okay, right. Well,
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I might be wrong. I'm not sure.
The Last of Us 2 is also rumored to be coming to the PC.
Ooh.
That game will get review bombed. I'm telling you now, that'll get negative review bombed.
Well, it won like 1 million awards at the Game Awards. So
Yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, sure. But those weren't PC players. I'm telling you now, PC players were not voting for that. Ghost Recon Breakpoint is apparently still getting content, according to Ubisoft. I'm a big Tom Clancy fan personally. I really want a Breakpoint to succeed. Yep, no, Izzy's just yawned. Okay, we'll talk about this topic.
I'm so sorry.
I think that's.
I care about your love for Breakpoint, honest.
Well, I'd say at this point, it's not really love. I have love for Tom Clancy. For Breakpoint, I just have sort of like passive contempt. But if it's getting more content and it's getting fixed and they've taken all of the bullshit fucking time skippers out that you can buy, then I'll play it.
Yeah.
They did that with Shadow of War. Middle-earth Shadow of War came out. It was littered with just like microtransactions and shit. They took all of it out, made it so much more enjoyable to play. I thought it was one of the best games I played last year. Well, those are all my topics. Do you guys have any topics for Ruin that you want to bring to the table?
Not many games came out on Steam this week. There was Old RuneScape, though.
Yes.
Old RuneScape on Steam now.
Yes, OSRS. Believe it or not, I was saying to Shay earlier because my game of the week this week is Warcraft Classic because I've been playing shit tons of that to get ready for the Burning Crusade coming out, and I was saying to Shay like, God, as if OSRS would come out the fucking like the week that I start playing WoW Classic. Like, as if I don't already have enough, like, content to grind through. Like, I'd love to start playing OSRS again. Because I never played it, like, seriously when I was a kid. Like, I was very much just happy to, like, run around and just, like, kill goblins and stuff. But, like, I still have very fond, nostalgic memories of it. And I feel like if I were to play it now that I have, like, you know, a decent understanding of how RPG games actually work, I feel like I'd have a much better time.
Yeah, definitely.
Any other Steam releases, Sean?
The only other one was Persona 5 Strikers.
Oh yeah, Joe, have you got it?
Did buy it, but it's not arriving until Monday. I bought that and Little Nightmares too, but yeah, they're both coming on Monday.
The only issue is with that game though, Persona 5 Strikers comes canonically after Persona 5. You can only get Persona 5 on PS4.
Yeah, I know.
And Persona 5 Strikers is on PC, so
And Switch.
No, Persona 5 is Steam.
Persona 5 isn't.
Persona 5?
Persona 5 is
Oh.
only on PS4.
I don't think it's on Steam, no.
What the fuck? That makes
Strikers is.
that makes no sense to me.
Wait, so Strikers is on Switch
And Steam and
And
PlayStation.
and
But
PlayStation.
but Persona 5 is only on PS4.
You know, I think a lot of people wanted Persona 5 to come to Switch, but I don't know if that came to fruition.
Well,
like,
here's something interesting for you, actually. Initially, before Strikers came out, they were teasing P5S, and people thought it meant Persona 5 on Switch, but actually it was just Strikers, so they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
it's
think
weird
if
as well
Persona 5
because
came to Switch, I would play it on Switch.
it
It's
is
a
super
it's a
weird.
really good game. It's a really, really
'Cause
good game.
The character Joker from Persona 5's in Smash, isn't he?
Yeah, that's right.
He is, yeah. Do they put Morgana in Smash, or am I just like hallucinating? Because they put Joker in.
No.
No, I'm losing it. Lost it.
Sean, my man,
What?
you've missed out on the biggest Steam release there is. Lumberjack's Dynasty, bro. This game looks sick.
How could you forget?
I get to cut down trees with a chainsaw, and not an axe like in Rust or Valheim, bro. I'm pogging so hard right now. And you can save 10% on it. What a good deal.
Ah! Speaking of chopping down trees and catching bees, the Animal Crossing update is out in like a couple days.
Is that the Mario pipe one?
Yeah. So I can't remember what else is in the update, but there's loads of Mario stuff for the 35-year anniversary. So you can like warp pipe around your island. There's some cute new outfits, and there's like the coins and stars. They're like really interactive items, and it's not snowing anymore, so all of your snowmen have died. I
True.
don't think many of our viewers actually play Animal Crossing. We're not really that kind of a...
Well, we don't have many viewers, is he? So,
yeah, that's just something I thought I'd share with you all. I'm very much looking forward to warp piping around my island.
cool.
Because, yeah, no one else cares about that, but I do. Shay will care. But Shay's hyped.
I'm sure she is. Any final remarks? Game of the week, boys?
Both of you thinks you might actually play video games.
Wait,
Probably Valheim.
Valheim? Okay, tell us about it.
Just been playing a lot of it. Just been enjoying it because it's just like as if I'm playing Minecraft for the first time because I don't know anything about it. So when anything gets unlocked, I'm always pretty pogging.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to beat the first boss to even get a pickaxe.
Mm.
It's just shit like that.
Yeah, it's I've seen just overwhelming support for it, and I probably will give it a try eventually. At the minute, money's a bit tight, and I don't really want to fork out 20 quid on a game that I might not necessarily enjoy. Because I mean, I like survival sandbox games, but like there's only so many of them I can play.
Yeah, wait till it's on sale.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll just
what's the next
wait,
Steam sale coming up?
I'll just wait till I have money, but it'll be the summer sale.
Yeah, do we not get one before that? Is the... No?
Easter.
Easter? Yeah, they do
Black
stuff
Friday.
for Easter. Yeah.
Black Friday's in
Worth
December.
keeping an eye out on.
Joe, game of the week?
My game of the week is Okami.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Yeah,
Love
you told me about that.
Okami!
Oh, you played it
Aw.
before?
Love it, yeah.
Alright, cool. What have you got it on,
Brilliant.
Izzy?
I played it on PS3. No, I played it on PS2, and then I also bought. There was the second one on DS.
On the DS, yeah. I've
Yeah.
heard about that.
I played that one first actually because I'd like seen people play it on PS2, and I was like, that's really cool. And then I saw it on DS, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking take that.
Yeah.
So pleasant, so
Yeah,
lovely.
it's good. Like it's just like it came at the back end of the PS2 when they just released like amazing games, like
yeah.
Shadow of the Colossus and stuff as well. So
Mm.
yeah, it's really good. It's aged really well because it's got like a watercolor art style, so it's like really
Yeah.
pretty, and
It's always gonna look beautiful.
yeah, it just looks really good. Like it's a really good game.
It's on Switch now, isn't it? They did a HD
Yeah,
remaster.
Yeah, it came out on Wii as well, actually. Which
Yeah.
you know, because it's got like motion controlly bits
Motion
where you have to
controls.
draw. Like
Yeah.
I'm really bad. Like I keep doing it with the analog stick, and the little sidekick that's with the wolf character's just always like, "Don't you know how to draw a circle?" And I'm like, "Bro, I'm trying. I'm really
I'm
trying."
doing my best. Oh, I might pick it up on Switch actually. A bit of nostalgia.
It's a really good game. It's really cool.
Mm.
So I'll add one final segment to the podcast before we end. What's everyone been watching this week?
Oh, I actually did start watching something. I never watch TV, or like when I do, I'll do it in chunks, and then
Mhm.
I'll like not watch TV again for ages. But I started
Yeah.
watching the Netflix documentary on the Cecil Hotel. Because
Mm.
Netflix documentaries are getting so good these days. Like their production quality is just like through the fucking roof. For those of you who don't know, the Cecil Hotel is a supposedly like haunted hotel in, what was it, LA?
Yeah, LA.
and like loads of people have died there. A girl went missing there, and then they found her body in the water tank on the roof.
God, I've heard about this one. She was a foreign tourist.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've heard about that.
yeah, she came from Canada. She was just a student, and yeah, it was really creepy actually because what I didn't know about this is like her Tumblr is still not active, but it's still all online because they touched upon it in the documentary, and like they included her handle, and like it's so bizarre because she was young, like our kind of age, and she was just like shit posting about Harry Potter and being a
Yeah.
bit random XD, and then like you know that she's dead. It kind of like
Yeah.
chilling stuff. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I've been watching recently. I found it really interesting because Netflix are doing such a good job with like good documentaries at the moment.
Well, it's interesting you said that actually, because I've started to watch a Netflix documentary as well on I think it's called Age of Samurai, War for Japan. It's
Okay.
just about the Sengoku period of Japan. And you know, it's so interesting because like I had to for my game design degree with the pretentious hipster douchebag I was telling you about. He made us all do a game, like he made us all make a game that had a real world application. So what I essentially did was, in order to A, save myself a bunch of time, and B, just like utilize the knowledge that I already have, I made a text-based adventure game on Japanese history.
Nice.
Like, if there's only like one period of history that really interests me. I don't know if it's just because I'm a weeb or what, but the Sengoku / Edo periods of Japan are just the most fascinating to me. I think they're fucking great. And this documentary I'm watching, I find it really weird because after playing like Total War Shogun 2 and stuff, and learning all of the names of the clans, I see all of the clans in the series, and I'm like, I know who wins this
I
already.
know you are. Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah, the Order clan. Yeah, I know about them. I know about them already. You don't need to tell me anything about them. But it's all like acted out with actors and stuff, and well, obviously with actors. Duh.
No, they just went back in time.
Yeah, but yeah, it's all acted out like really well. It's super interesting. I definitely recommend giving it a watch.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm totally into that kind of thing. I didn't realize that they'd done one on that. That's cool as hell. I'll check that out.
I also finished both seasons of The Punisher. I just have it on while I'm playing World of Warcraft, and I binge watched 2 of them in the background. 2 seasons of it in the background. Really good show. Joe, you watching anything this week?
Can't think what I've been watching. I've still been watching a bit of Attack on Titan when I get time.
I saw that you finished Erased.
Yeah, what do you mean you saw I finished Erased?
Oh, yeah, that sounds really creepy. No.
Were you watching me? He's done it!
No, your girlfriend like tagged you in something on Facebook, and you said, "No, I've finished it now."
Yeah. Erased, well, yeah, it's only 12 episodes, isn't it? So
Yeah. Joe, I love the new furniture you got in your living room. It looks really nice from outside.
Oh, wait, what? No, and the other thing I've been watching is Higurashi no Naku Koroni, the new season on Funimation.
Okay.
I'm almost up, because it's Izzy. I know you know it's releasing like one episode a week, and it started in was it November last year?
Can't remember off the top of my head.
I've almost caught up to the most recent episode. I think I've only got about 3 left to watch, and then I'll have to wait a week per episode, which will be painful. But
Oh, I hate doing that.
yeah,
My memory is so bad.
Yeah, you forget what happened. You're like,
yeah, because I'm not a big binger, but I'll do things like a few episodes every day. So if I've got to wait a week, it's just like a whole new show to me.
Yeah, I mean, with shows like Game of Thrones, I was so spoiled because I started watching it as the 4th season had finished.
So like you had time to go through.
I got to watch 4 full seasons back to back, and I was like, "That's amazing." And then I had to wait, and then it got so painful.
I remember. I remember us telling you to watch Game of Thrones, Joe.
Yeah.
Like, because I think I started watching 3 seasons. I started watching a season before you. So yeah, you were definitely spoiled for choice there.
I put off watching it because I didn't think I'd like it for ages. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't until I think the 2nd season that it really started gripping me. But
yeah, it's a bit like Breaking Bad in that regard. I feel like.
I was really into Breaking Bad. That one was pretty straight away for me. I mean, obviously it just got better as it went on, but
really, I feel like the first season was too slow for me, but the second season where it started to pick up.
What about The Walking Dead? I mean, that show's still going on. I used to be.
Yeah,
it's on its
I
last
used to be.
season.
Still
that,
going.
See, that's the opposite for me because it started off really strong and then it
Yeah.
just fizzled out
Yeah.
really quickly.
I've heard that from so many people. It's not my kind of
Connor-
thing, so I'd never watch it. but
Connor
yeah.
actually got me into The Walking Dead because we watched the first few episodes at yours. Can you remember?
Yeah. We watched the first few episodes and I stopped watching.
And then I
Um,
got really into it.
I stopped watching. I stopped watching like season 4, and you kept on watching all the way up until like season 9 or something.
I don't think I got that far. I'm trying to think when I stopped watching. It was the season where Negan was introduced, so I think it was season 7 I stopped watching.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know anymore because there's just been so many. Like, I don't even know where it's at now.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they'd stopped it, to be honest with you.
Still
I
going, I
thought,
think.
It got to a
Well,
point.
Andrew Lincoln left, the guy who plays like the main character. He left in like
Oh.
season
Yeah.
9 or something.
It's Norman Reedus. That's the sort of the main character now, isn't it? And
Yeah.
Michonne.
Yeah, I think so.
At that point, I just kind of write it to finish. Like, if your main guy goes,
It
like,
should be.
it's quite
it should be
hard to
finishing
shift
soon.
that perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's hard to do it well.
Well, the comics have ended as well.
Yeah.
So they'll probably
ended not
link
that
in
long
with
ago.
that.
I actually read the ending.
Oh right.
It's like they're in the courthouse or something.
I can't really remember, to be honest. I'm not sure if I know.
Yeah. Sean, do you have what have you been watching this week?
Nothing really.
Okay, great. That's the end of the podcast. Nothing. Not even like a decent YouTube series or anything.
I watched a movie called Slithered by James Gunn.
Slither. Is that the horror where it's like the
Horror comedy and it bombed.
Yeah.
the box office.
It's got like it's he turns into like just this big fuck off like blob, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I still thought it was creepy.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a really pretty good movie.
Have you seen Eight-Legged
Horror
Freaks
comedy?
before?
I don't think so.
Eight-Legged Freaks is my favorite horror comedy.
In
I
the
never know
box
how I-
office, sorry, in the box office, at the time, reviews said that Slither killed horror comedy, which is just such an overstatement.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I never know how I feel about horror comedy, just because like I generally don't like horror because it just like grosses me out. Like I'm fine with true crime because like I don't know why, but horror and comedy it just seems like too jarring, and I'm still just kind of like grossed out and a bit freaked out by it.
But
I don't know. I've never got into it.
Nightmare on Elm Street's a horror comedy.
Mm.
I feel like
I was just gonna say I thought it worked really well because I don't know the main actor. I think it's Nathan Fillion, the main actor.
who? For what?
In Slither.
Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about Robert
And
Englund.
but he responds in a lot of ways. Like like in real life, like you don't always say the right thing, and he responds with like sarcasm and stuff to a lot of this shit, and it's jarring because it's like funny, but
Mhm.
I mean like it's probably more realistic.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right. Well, I feel like
Some people do.
we've been recording for a while now. Obviously, we spent like the first half an hour, but we saved it. We managed to save it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lick a Switch cartridge twice. I'm so sorry.
Yes, you are. Gonna
Tune
make you
in
do-
next week.
gonna
Oh,
do
you
it
want to
next
hear my
week.
game of the week? It's Deadly Premonition. It's delicious.
God, we're talking about Deadly Premonition next week. Don't you fucking worry. I have something to say about that game, but I can wait.
I'll lick the cartridge then. I'll be like, funny you asked.
You have cereal bowl full of them.
So you're gonna lick the cartridge.
That would be so expensive.
We're gonna lick the cartridge. Then I'm gonna stop recording. I'm gonna make you like brush your hair back so it's all frizzled and up, and I'll just quickly cut to like your hair just being sticking up because of the cartridge.
That'd be brilliant. I love that.
Right. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. If you've made it this far, please be sure to give the show a like and consider subscribing if you want to see more of our beautiful faces every week as we continue to talk about shit and fail to get a functioning podcast going.
Thanks,
Actually,
Symbolic.
there hasn't been a single episode yet where we just haven't had like a technical fault of some kind. Either OBS has stopped
Next
recording.
week will be the week.
Yeah,
It's
hopefully.
going to be the one.
Hopefully. Well, we'll have to find out. Tune in next time, and also this episode will be going up a few days late because I'm going to be uploading the last week's episode tonight. But
Some
God,
people
wait a
look
day
forward
the
to.
video.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll be uploading the last week's episode tonight on the 27th. It's a week later because I haven't got Photoshop installed yet, so I haven't actually made the thumbnail for it, which is the most important part, obviously. So,
Obviously.
Yeah, YouTube generated thumbnails suck.
Yeah, so this episode will be going out in a few days, maybe like the first of the second, and then yeah, we should be right back on track for the 6th. Right, well, I'll see all you guys next week, and again, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you all soon. Bye.